The football team wins in another fourth quarter comeback.
And the volleyball team heads to Texas.
All this and more coming up on All Access.
Welcome to a brand new episode of All Access, the show that has more success on delivering Rowan athletics news than NFL kickers have making field goals. I'm Cody Decker.
And I'm John Patterson. It's been another busy week for prop sports, so let's get to it. Cody, take it away.
Here we go, buddy. The women's cross-country team took 18th place out of 32 teams at the Mike Woods Invitational in Letchworth State Park. 2 runners finished in the top 100 of the 453 runners who participated in the 6K race. Senior Kristen Bettis finished 53rd with a time of 23 minutes, 9.4 seconds. Senior Christina Ritchie finished 97th with a time of 23 minutes, 41.2 seconds. 5 additional profs finished in the top 170, including Catherine Doherty, Jessica Wynn, Emily Acton, Alexis Horder, and Anya Obel. Their next meet will be the Interregional Border Battle on Saturday, October 17th at Rowan College.
On Saturday, the men's cross-country team took 5th place out of 38 teams at the Mike Woods Invitational in the Letchworth State Park. 516 runners took part in the 8K race. Senior Pat McCurry finished 27th with a time of 25 minutes, 36.8 seconds. Junior Zach Heim finished 32nd with a time of 25 minutes, 41.3 seconds. And sophomore Kevin Velcher finished 48th with a time of 25 minutes, 54.7 seconds. The pros had an additional 4 runners finish in the top 80, including Alex Sherpani, Nick Neville, Mike Morano, and Nick Noko. Rowan was able to surpass 23rd-ranked Dickinson College, who finished 7th in the race. Next up will be the Interregional Border Battle on Saturday, October 17th at Rowan College.
On Tuesday, the volleyball team suffered defeat at the hands of Stockton University 3-0. The set scores were 25-13, 25-19, and 25-19. For Stockton, Stephanie Kovacs had 11 kills and 2 assists. Lindsay Schul had 6 kills, 3 blocks, and an ace. And Shannon Clark had 15 assists, 7 digs, and 2 aces. For the profs, Danielle Havlicek had 11 kills and 2 blocks. And Rebecca D'Antonio had 10 assists and 6 digs.
Everything is bigger in Texas. That's the truth for the volleyball team who traveled to the Lone Star State for 4 matches in the Trinity Fall Classic in San Antonio. Their weekend began with a loss 3-0 to host team Trinity University. The set scores were 25-10, 25-13, and 25-20. For Trinity, Kirby Smith had 12 kills, 9 digs, and 3 aces. Christina Hughes had 10 kills and 1 block. And Sarah Mullins had 5 kills and 10 digs. For Rowan, Rebecca D'Antonio had 11 assists and 6 digs, while Maggie Katharina had 7 kills. In Game 2, the pros would be shut out again, 3-0 by Texas Lutheran University. The set scores were 25-16, 25-14, and 25-12. The Bulldogs were led by a great team performance with 10 aces with strong performances from Kristen Fording with 8 kills, 15 digs, and 2 aces, and Megan Doogie with 20 digs, 3 assists, and 3 aces. Daniel Havlicek led the pros with 10 kills, 7 assists, and 1 ace.
With a tough start to the week, the ladies would rebound on Saturday with a victory over Schreiner University 3-0. The set scores were 27-25, 25-18, and 25-19. Erica O'Hagan had 16 kills and 12 digs, and Danielle Havlicek had 8 kills for the profs. Schreiner was led by Ashley Myers with 18 digs and 14 assists, and Nicole West with 18 digs and 2 assists. In the final game of the weekend, the profs came up short against Hardin-Simmons University 3-1. The set scores were 25-20, 22-25, 25-15, and 25-17. HSU was led by Corey Hall with 13 kills and 6 blocks, Morgan Prince with 18 assists, 6 digs, and 3 aces, and Rebecca Hayes, who tallied 26 assists. Danielle Havlicek had 7 kills, 2 blocks, and 2 aces for Rowan. The team sits at 8-11 on the year with a 2-2 NJAC record.
After 2 consecutive wins, the Rome University women's soccer team hosted Alverno University on Monday. Midfielders Sammy Pagani, Daryl Wagner, and Lisa Cella, and forward Maxine New all scored 1 goal. Forward Melissa Kelly contributed with 2 assists, while back Rebecca Fasano and midfielder Sarah Rosenberg had 1 apiece. Goalie Courtney Simpson did not let up a goal all evening. The final score was 4-0 Rowan. The Profs have improved their record to a then 6-1-1, and their winning streak moved up to 3.
Now for all the latest news in the world of pro sports, we turn it over to Lenny Cheney for this week's Pro Talk.
Thanks, Cody. This week in pro sports. The Philadelphia Phillies played their final game on Sunday, a 7-2 win at Citizens Bank Park, which rounded out their worst season since 1969, a year when they also suffered 99 losses. With the win-loss record that they accrued this season, they have cemented themselves into the #1 draft slot in next year's amateur draft. In the NFL, Indianapolis Colts quarterback Andrew Luck missed the first game of his career this past Sunday due to a shoulder injury. Starting in his place was seasoned veteran Matt Hasselbeck. Hasselbeck is 40 years old and hadn't started a game since 2012 with the Tennessee Titans. Age is clearly but a number because he led the Colts to a 16-13 overtime win over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Also in the NFL, the New York Jets faced off against rival Miami Dolphins across the Atlantic Ocean on Sunday. The Jets brought their stellar defense with them to London, England, and left with a decisive 27-14 win. Jets running back Chris Ivory had a career-high 166 yards on the ground, and Miami quarterback Ryan Tannehill left London with 2 touchdowns, but only went 19 for 44 on his pass attempts. Over to hockey, where the NHL season kicks off on Wednesday, October 7th, with the defending champion Blackhawks hosting the New York Rangers. Big news out of the preseason is one of the league's worst teams, the Edmonton Oilers, went a perfect 6-0. They will look to make their way into the postseason, led by top draft pick Connor McDavid and former picks Taylor Hall, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Nail Yakupov. And over to soccer, where the U.S. men's national team is in action this week. The U.S. will face off with Mexico on Saturday, October 10th, at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California. They look to bounce back from a 4-1 defeat at the hands of Brazil on September 8th at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. That's all I have for you on this week's Pro Talk. John and Cody will have updates on both the ice hockey and the football teams.
Welcome back to All Access. I'm Deshaun Waller with this week's edition of Prop Spotlight. Joining me today is Marissa Morini and Carly DeMarco. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Excellent. How would you describe your new head coach?
Michelle's great. She brings a different vibe and a different feel to the team. It's very positive. She's very intense, but it's a good thing, and it gets the best out of her players.
Yeah, she keeps us all motivated at all times.
Excellent. Now, what are some activities you like to do off the field?
As a team, we all go out to eat. The one girl has the same major as me, so I always study with her. So we're all really close.
Excellent. And what do you like most about the position you play?
I play sweeper, which is the furthest back defender on the team. I like it. I can kind of see everybody on the field, help position. We have a young team, so help position everybody on the field, and just kind of control it from the backfield.
Absolutely. And are you looking forward to playing against your head coach's former team coming up this weekend?
I am. I think it's going to be a really intense game. I think we're going to get their best game, and we're definitely going to deliver our best game.
Excellent. Now, being that it's a big game, do you have any pregame rituals that you go through for a game as a team?
As we get on the field, at the beginning of the game, we all huddle together. We just have a pregame pump up, kind of talk about the game, talk about strategy, things that we've practiced before. And then as defenders and the goalie, we all hit sticks and just kind of say, let's do it before the games.
Excellent. This season's obviously been a roller coaster ride. You started off losing 2 in a row, then you win 3 in a row, then you lose 2 in a row, and now you're on a 2-game winning streak. What do you think you guys can do to continue the winning streak that you're on right now?
I think that we have come out in the last 2 games with fire. We are finally getting it together. It's finally clicking as a team. Like I said earlier, we have a new team, but I think we're on a good streak as we enter NJAX into conference play, and I think we're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely. And what are your short-term and long-term goals for the season?
We definitely want to take every game as our last. We want to play every second of every game, and then we definitely want to win NJAX and make it to the NCAAs.
Absolutely. And how do you balance school and sports?
School and sports, I mean, it's a lot. I mean, with practice every day and games on weekends, it's a lot to handle. But, I mean, just time management, just making sure you get your studies done in the time that you have that's free. I mean, just
Yeah,
kind
you
of
always
making
have
time
to.
do schoolwork.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're fine. But thank you so much for joining us on the show, and we appreciate your time coming here. Up next, we'll have Coach Andre, brand new head coach of the field hockey team, coming up next. Welcome back to All Access. I'm Deshaun Waller, and this week joining me is brand new head coach of the field hockey team, Coach Andre. How you doing today?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing good. How would you describe how your first season as head coach of the Profs is going?
It's going well. I mean, it's been a transition, but I feel that it's been a very positive transition. And coming into preseason, walking onto the field for the first time, it was kind of funny. It felt like it was a place where I belonged right away. So it's been good.
Excellent. What made you interested in coming and taking a job as a head coach at Rowan University?
Well, it was like coming home for me. So when the job opportunity came up, it's where I played. It's where I got my first opportunity into coaching here as a student, and it's a place where I began, and it's the place where I want to finish and be the best.
Excellent. How have the players welcomed you since you've been on the team?
It's been fantastic. I think that as a Rowan field hockey player, no matter when you graduated, you share a certain bond that kind of transcends a long time. So whatever experiences they're having, they know that I've had in some capacity. So it's been a joy to coach them.
That's great to hear. How did it feel to get your first win against Wesley College, 5-0, for the first win as a Profs head coach?
Well, they said the first one's always the hardest one to get, so I was happy to get it, and I was glad when it was over.
I mean, after coaching through all the schools you've been through, you've been to Stockton University and University of Rochester, and you were very successful. How would those experiences help you coach here at university?
Well, I think just seeing different athletic departments and different structures and meeting different people along the way, I have found my own coaching style that has just kind of grown. Where I learned from some of the greatest people here, but I've been able to kind of go out there and do it and learn, fail on my own, succeed on my own, but also having those strong mentors still here for me.
Excellent. At Stockton University, field hockey team finished top 5 in the nation in academics 4 out of the last 6 years. Is academics one of the main priorities you preach?
It is. I always say especially when you choose a school like Rowan, you're coming in to compete at the highest level and be the best you can be, which is winning a conference and competing in national championship. Are you going to go through your academics and just get C's and be just mediocre in your academics? No, you're going to strive to be the best. So it is an important part of their experience here.
Excellent. And what would you say is your biggest accomplishment as a coach or a head coach?
I would say every player that feels that they're a better person and a better hockey player when they leave, and when I see them graduate, to me that is a big accomplishment. Obviously there's team goals that are major accomplishments, but to me it's about the person they're going to be when they graduate.
Fantastic. And you got a big one this week coming up October 8th. You're going against your former school. What are going to be emotions during the game to go against a school that you've coached for previous years?
How do I even put this? I don't think there's any major emotions in the sense that this is the team that I'm coaching now. The Rowan team is the team I coach. I'm very happy with what I was able to do at Stockton, but I really haven't thought about those emotions because my focus has been the Rowan team. And regardless, I know where we want this team to be come Wednesday night.
Excellent. And thank you so much for joining us again, coming out of your busy schedule. We appreciate everything. And that's all the time we have left for this week's Prof Spotlight. I'd like to thank Coach Andre, Marissa Miranda, and Carly DeMarco for stopping by and hanging out with us. Coming up after the break, Cody and John have more updates on everything Rowan sports. So stay right here for more All Access.
Welcome back to All Access. We have the latest on the ice hockey and football teams, but first, let's continue with more updates on the Prof soccer teams. John?
Thanks, Cody. Looking to improve their winning streak to 4, Rowan's women's soccer team hosted NJAC conference opponent Rutgers Camden on Wednesday night. Midfielder Daryl Wagner led the way with 2 goals. Forward Tiffany Kelly contributed with 1 goal and 2 assists. Forward Maxine New and midfielders Lisa Chella and Kylie Kiefer registered 1 goal apiece. Midfielders Megan Karjani and Megan McKinley each had an assist. Goaltender Courtney Simpson got her 2nd consecutive shutout. The final was 6-0, and the Profs moved to 7-1-1 overall and 2-0-1 in the conference.
According to the Rowan University Athletics website, the Rowan University women's soccer game versus Ramapo College on Saturday, October 3rd has been postponed due to the weather. The contest has been rescheduled for Wednesday, October 7th in Glassboro at 6 p.m. The Profs have a 7-1-1 record, and they are 2-0-1 in the NJAC. The Roadrunners are 6-2-1 overall, 1-1-1 in the conference.
The Rowan University men's soccer team had its 7-game win streak snapped in a 1-0 loss to Rutgers Camden on Wednesday night. The only goal of the game was scored in the 72nd minute mark. Midfielder Clayton Taylor headed the ball past the keeper off an assist from back Raquan King. The Profs are now 8-2 overall, and they are 1-1 in the New Jersey Athletic Conference. Rowan continues its 3-game road trip at Ramapo College on Saturday, October 3rd at 1 p.m.
The Rowan University men's soccer team defeated conference opponent Ramapo College 3-0 on Saturday afternoon. Forward Shane Kohler converted a penalty kick at the 16:25 mark to give Rowan a 1-0 lead. Midfielder Vinny Ignatowicz gave the Profs a 2-0 advantage, deflecting in a corner kick assisted by back Shane Patterson with 35:25 on the clock in the second half. Forward Shane Doherty scored the Profs' final goal with 10:23 left in the second period. The Profs have an overall record of 9-2 and with a 2-1 record in the New Jersey Athletic Conference. The Profs are also ranked number 25 in the Division III polls. The men's soccer team concludes its 3-game road trip on Wednesday, October 10th at Swarthmore College. The game is scheduled for 7 p.m.
The Rowan University football team comes from behind once again. They scored 14 points in the 4th quarter to defeat Christopher Newport University 14-9 on Saturday night. Christopher Newport went into the locker room with a 7-0 lead. They held the lead until the 4th quarter. On Rowan's first possession in the 4th, Dante Pickney hooked up with Whitlam Marcelin on a 37-yard touchdown pass to bring Rowan within 1. Marcelin finished the game with 75 yards rushing on 22 attempts, along with that 1 catch for a touchdown. The snap on the point-after attempt was fumbled, then picked up and returned by Christopher Newport on a defensive 2-point conversion. The Captains led 9-6. On Christopher Newport's ensuing drive, Rowan linebacker Jeff Rodriguez blocked the punt, and the Profs recovered the ball at the Captains' 34-yard line. Running back Jacine Rover ended the 34-yard drive with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kicker Tyler Knighton kicked the point-after attempt into the ground, but was able to pick up the box kick and run it into the end zone for a 2-point conversion, giving Rowan a 14-9 advantage and the win. The Profs remain undefeated at 4-0 overall, and they are 3-0 in the New Jersey Athletic Conference. The Profs are also their best start since the 2005 season. The Captains are 1-3 overall, and they are 1-2 in the conference. Rowan travels to face Salisbury University on Saturday, October 3rd at 1 p.m.
The Rowan Ice Hockey Organization hosted an exhibition game on Friday, October 2nd between the Division II and Division III teams to raise awareness for cancer. The game was also played in memory of Barbara Mead, Rowan hockey parent, and Hank Van Duzen, longtime videographer and fan, who both lost their lives to cancer this past year. Division III player Brandon Mead, son of Barbara, and Division II player Connor McEwen, son of a Glassboro State hockey alum, took the ceremonial first face-off in honor of Barbara and Hank. Division II defeated Division III by a score of 10-5 in a competitive matchup on their off weekend. Division III will return to the ice on Saturday against the University of Maryland with a 5:30 p.m. scheduled puck drop. Division II travels to Ryder on Friday night for an 8:30 p.m. puck drop. You can catch both games at live.rtnch5.com.
Last Monday, the field hockey team shut out Cabrini College by a score of 2-0. The Lady Profs opened up the scoring in the 38th minute with a goal from Jenna Pressler, her first of the season. An insurance goal was scored by Rachel Galante with 7:09 left in the game to seal the victory. Goalkeeper Carly DeMarco picked up her second shutout of the season, recording 3 saves.
On Wednesday, the field hockey team traveled to Arcadia University and came home with another shutout victory by a score of 4-0. The Lady Profs had a dominating offensive performance with 22 shots, 15 of them on goal. Joanna James scored the first goal in the 42nd minute in a scramble in front of the cage. Marissa Marini scored a goal about 3 minutes later on a penalty corner. The Lady Profs would tally 2 more goals in the 67th and 68th minutes by Jenna Pressler and Rachel Galante. Carly DeMarco earned her 3rd shutout with 3 saves. The team is now 5-4 on the season and begin the NJAC season at home against Stockton University on Wednesday.
That is all the time we have for you this week. On behalf of Cody Decker, Lenny Snee, Deshaun Waller, and the entire All Access team, I'm John Patterson. See you next time.